Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rotor-Talk. I am your host, Edward Lyons. Welcome to Rotor-Talk tonight. Thanks for joining in. I've got an exciting show planned for you. I'm really excited. We've got a special guest tonight. His name is Bill Piedra. If you ever watched the show Droned, you know who Bill is. He was on all 10 episodes of Drone, so he's going to be our guest in studio tonight. We're really looking forward to that, and I've got some interesting information to share with you, some news and video of the week. So I just want to say greetings from the state of Maine. There's a lot of you are enjoying spring-like, or in fact, summer-like weather across the nation. We just got another 8 inches and still coming down of snow outside on top of the already 3 feet of high-packed snow that we have. So I'm left to doing a lot of indoor flying. Can't say as I complain, but I'd like to get out there and get some stick time up in the skies. And let's see. Right now, the outside temperature, just so you know, I don't know, people like to rub it into me where they're at. It's 75, 80 degrees. Here it's a balmy 34 degrees. So if you're enjoying some warmer, fine weather, I'm really envious of you out there. Also, I want to I don't thank this person enough. For some of the art, not some, for all the artworks and graphics that you see, like the Rotor-Talk microphone logos and all the other stuff within the show is done by Robert Stallings. I really want to thank Robert a lot. And, of course, Luciano Menente, Lou Menente, the founder and multiple hat wearer over to Extreme RC TV. If you're a seller, RC seller in the business or in the industry, we've got quite a following now. We're up over 600 members and growing rapidly. Now's the time to get in and do some advertising. I'll go over that more in a minute. I also want to thank My Lipo US, John Tivett, and Benjamin Hack, and also Micromotor Warehouse, of course, Benjamin Hack. I've done some business with him recently. Stellar customer service. Top of the line. So, again, thank you, John Tivett and Ben Hack over there at Micromotor Warehouse and My Lipo US. My Lipo is separate from Micromotor Warehouse. But anyway, John Tivett is the U.S. rep for both companies and takes care of all the orders in the United States. And, again, thank you, John. Let me just do a quick sound check. It says error loading player, no playback. Can you hear me? Just checking sound. Paul, are you there, buddy? Need to get a sound test of anybody. Let me check see what I'm getting for messages here. Okay. Everything seems to be going okay. I'd like to get a sound check. As far as I know, everything's all right. My mic output is saying it's all there. It's all good. Okay. All right. So we'll get back at it. Again, my thanks to Luciano Menente, Robert Stallings, John Tivett, Benjamin Hack, and, of course, Boris over there at My Lipo as well. Think about it. If you're looking for batteries, the My Lipo batteries are made by a guy named Boris in a lab in Germany. How can you go wrong? Really? I want to thank my sponsors. Huge thank you to Peter Ellen over to Aces Deals. If you're an RC, if you fly anything, you know who Peter Ellen and Aces Deals is. Open 6 days a week. 4 repair centers nationwide. Excellent repair service. I've used them on my Phantom. Mom and pop operation in business for over 10 years. The guy represents 48, 49, 50 different drone companies, RC planes, and distributors and manufacturers. 16 years in business, UA seller. The guy will ship anywhere on the globe. Hard to beat pricing. Impeccable customer service, and that's really what this is all about with Peter Ellen and his wife Jan. Just stellar customer service and a really strong supporter of the RC community. So again, thanks to Peter Ellen. Aces Deals, our legacy sponsor here, are boldly going where no drone company has gone before. That's from Peter, okay? I didn't make that up. Wheat State Hobbies. I can't thank Wheat State Hobbies enough. Bill Roberts over there, retired Air Force vet, him and his wife Jenny, and their 3 kids operate Wheat State Hobbies. Not only does Bill operate Wheat State Hobbies full-time, but he also has a full-time job, and he's a full instrumented pilot. He's up there flying around all the time. He's in business over 4 years. Just doubled his hobby store there in Derby, Kansas. Double the floor space. He's got everything you need. Wheat State Hobbies, your local hobby shop on your desktop. Give him a click at www.wheatstatehobbies.com. Thanks a lot, Bill, for sponsoring the show. RunCam, I can't say enough about RunCam. RunCam, they've been a sponsor from day one, like Peter Allen. RunCam, born for RC fanatics. They've got the new RunCam 3 coming out. It looks like a similar to the GoPro Session. Check them out at RunCam. And, of course, Raycon Heli and Quoc Dung. If you're an RC, you know who Raycon Heli is for quality upgraded carbon fiber frames for your drones or helicopters or whatever. Pretty much basically whatever it is you're flying. Also, aluminum upgrades for helicopter heads and things like that. So, again, thank you, Quoc Dung from Raycon Heli, for generously sponsoring Rotor-Talk. I really appreciate it. So let's get right in. Hey, Paul, how you doing? How's the sound now? Sounds really low. How's the sound? Just a minute here. Let me just give a check. Okay. As far as I know, everything's okay. Let me just check here. Okay. So, I want to get right into this week's video of the week, okay? Let me get on the desktop here. As I said, our special guest this week is Bill Piedra. He's a RC pilot, entrepreneur, wears many, many hats. And he was also on this show called Droned. And this is a clip of the show. And we'll go ahead and play it for you.
Tyler's a huge RC guy. He's more RC than drone. And so that's what's cool about what Bill has built. It's the perfect combination of both.
That's Bill right there on the ground.
The drone world. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Hawk?
Good to see you. Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm
cool.
good.
I got a little present for you.
You got a gift for me,
yeah,
okay.
I've been talking to you about this for a while.
I've been hearing about it for a long time, Ryan.
Yeah, I know. And finally, we're here to deliver. Okay. Check this out.
What the heck?
Yeah. So you know what an osprey is, right?
Yeah.
It can take off and land vertically and then transition.
This is insane.
Yeah.
This is really cool. What's this?
That is a GPS.
This is cool. I haven't seen anything like this.
Collection.
No, not at all. Yeah, you nailed it, man. Because I have everything. This is really good.
What happened there?
I checked, everything's there.
All right.
Wait.
So anyway, you get the point. Bill was on all 10 episodes of Droned. He started out, they had him on for the first 2 shows, and after the first 2 shows, they said, hey, you want to be on all 10 shows? And he was. It's going to be airing in syndication. I tried to go grab some more clips off of YouTube and off their channel, their website. No luck. That's the most I could get was that clip right there. So anyway, we've got a few minutes. I just wanted to go into this week's news. Some pretty interesting stuff going on out there. Some of you might have heard of and might not have. I try to get stuff that hasn't been out there yet. Okay, right here. Okay. I don't know if you've heard about it, but DJI is releasing the Spark. Okay? And here's a picture down here. Okay. Now, it's not going to be a racing drone. In many ways, it's disappointing. A lot of people are looking for DJI to step up. It's not mainstream yet. And let's see, what else are they saying about it? It's going to be a small selfie drone. It looks like it's going to compete with the Dobie and the other one there. I can't remember what the name of it is. It's barely 7 inches long and slightly less wide. If the images and the measurements are correct, to give you some perspective, that's about half the size of the Mavic, which is tiny by customer standards, even when it's folded up. The interesting questions come when they consider what features a smaller, less complicated DJI drone could have. For example, the Chinese drone giant's obstacle avoidance technology has been built into every drone the company's released since the Phantom 4. Would it be ridiculous to assume that? Even at that, we hope will be a significantly lower price. Now with the Mavic right around $1,000. The consumer industry will hopefully get to the point where even cheap drones come off the shelf with advanced safety features. DJI wants to get away with relentless product releases, and DJI has been on the cutting edge with product releases. So I've just found this interesting. with the Spark, the DJI Spark. It shows a camera on the front there that's on a quasi gimbal, or maybe it's just adjustable up and down. I don't know, but it's very interesting. Just goes to show you DJI cutting edge. Connecticut is banning weaponized drones. Remember that guy who put the flamethrower and the handgun on his quadcopter? Well, it got the people and the legislators in Connecticut so in a Twitter that they've just come up with a law that it's illegal to weaponize drones, but the NAACP and the ACLU has spoken out against it because weaponizing drones is very broad, dangerous precedents, and so there's a lot of speculation there. So they got to fight on their hands. I'm normally not a fan of the ACLU, but they're stepping up to the plate. I'm kind of rushing through the news here because I got to get Bill here on the line in another 4 minutes, but I'll make the best of it. Now, this is cool here. The coolest drone entertainment yet. Let the sky dance begin. We've seen gorgeous drone images, awesome drone film festivals, and beautiful drone light shows. But this June here, coming up, a group of passionate drone pilots in Colorado will deliver one of the most magnificent drone spectacles yet, the Drone Dance Show. In this high-energy and explosive drone dance show, the pilots will be utilizing 15 to 20 drones in swarming formations at the center stage to bring a beautiful collaboration of music, acrobatics, special effects, and around 15,000 LED lights attached to the drones to create a spectacular visual feast. Let's see. The drone dance will take place at the Garden of the Gods Collection Country Club and Luxury Golf Resort in Colorado Springs. I hope one of you guys can get out there and get a camera that lives out there in Colorado. Providing a backdrop that the best Broadway set designer couldn't hope to compete with, that's for sure. The music will be provided by the Colorado Springs Suzuki Violin Children's Group, led by Vanessa White. So, interesting what's going on out there. If you're out in the Colorado area in June, you might want to check this out. Some not so good news on the legal front. Senator Ed Markey of Massachusetts has submitted the Drone Aircraft Privacy and Transparency Act of 2017 on March 15th, creating a significant layer of obstacles for drone integration and drone businesses. Today, the Commercial Drone Alliance came out in opposition to the act, which the alliance says will create a significant administrative burden for drone businesses. The act is a response to fears from outside industry. Oh, God, the hysteria. That drone technology may enable invasive and pervasive surveillance. Among other requirements, the act calls for a submission of detailed data collection and minimization statements, as well as creation of publicly and searchable databases. Big brother, big brother, big brother. Lisa Ellman, co-executive director of the Commercial Drone Alliance, says that it may be too early for lawmakers to address the issue reasonably. Part 107 is only broadly authorized. Blah, 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 blah. Just another way, excuse me for being negative, but when you get the hand-of-man in there and hysteria and people that obviously don't know what's going on, like Ed Markey, you get things like this. So we'll stay up on this, and I'll keep my eye on this and see what's going on. This article here, 7 consumer drone companies to watch in 2017, written March 29th. I don't know how relevant it is because, and I'll quickly go over this. The contenders, eHang, I can see why with them. Unique, going through some growing pains there, Unique, with recent layoffs. Parrot, again, I heard going through some growing pains. GoPro Karma, GoPro, I don't know what's going on with them. They had a rough start, but they're back out there selling them again. I don't know how that's working out. And Autel Robotics, again, going through serious growing pains. So even though this article was written just a few days ago, I don't know if they've taken into account some of the things that's going on with some of these companies that, in my opinion, might not be around in a year. So anyway, that's just a quick rundown of the drone news. Sorry I kind of rushed through it because I'm supposed to be calling Bill right now, which I'm going to be doing. Let's see. Okay, Bill, I'm calling you. And while we're waiting for Bill, I just want to go over a couple things here about Bill. Let's see. Let's go a little bit about Bill Piedra. Bill Piedra is the creator of Project Riptide, the UAV that drops off.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? Can you hear me? Bill? Hi, Bill. Can you hear me okay? Hello? Bill? Can you hear me okay? Hello? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to disconnect this. Hold on, guys. Got a bit of a technical difficulty. Hold on, Bill. I think I know what the problem is. I had this problem before.
Built-in microphone. Built-in output.
Bill, can you hear me? Bill? Can you hear me all right? Oh, man. This is what's going on? What's going on? Just a minute, Bill. Hold on. Test 1 2. 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 I can't believe it. Bill, can you hear me? Bill? Bill, can you hear me? Bill? Bill, can you hear me? Apparently we're having some technical difficulties again. I don't know why this is happening. It's frustrating. I apologize. Bill, can you hear me? 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 Hello? Bill? Bill, can you hear me? Bill? Test 1 2. Test. Bill, can you hear me? I've lost you.
I can't see or hear you.
Stand by, folks.
Did I do something wrong in connecting? Should I reconnect?
Thank you, Paul. I've asked him that question if his speakers are muted. Everything's working on my end. I can hear him. I can see him. Bill? Bill,
That
you
might
there?
improve the lighting. I don't know.
Bill? Bill, you there? I apologize, folks. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him questions.
I can see and hear you. I can see you fine, but the video chat window is just opening. It says Ed Lyons connecting. I can see myself moving, but I don't see you moving. Should we disconnect and try to connect again? Or is there a link you want to send me? Is something along those lines?
I could hear him before. Now I can't hear him. What's going on? Let me... Bill? 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 Can you hear me, Bill? Bill, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Bill? 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 I'm flustered. Bill? Bill, can you hear me? Bill? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on here. Bill, can you hear me?
Sweetie, can you do me a big favor and get me a paper towel?
Bill, can you hear me?
It's weird. I'm connected to them, but they're not connected to me.
I'm going to call you right back. I'll call you right back. Hold on, Bill. I'm sorry. Oh man, this sucks. This really sucks. I apologize out there, everybody. This is throwing me for a loop. Now there's no answer. Bill? Bill. Okay, I gotta figure it out. Hold on. I gotta figure it out. Let's see. This is the damnedest thing. Okay. Let me call. Contacts. Call him. Call him. Where the hell is he? There he is.
Hey, Ed.
Hi, Bill. Everybody can hear both of us, and everybody can see both of us. I just can't see you.
Oh, how strange! Because I can see myself in the the little preview window, and I can see you in the background window. But there's no. It just always says connection underneath or connecting.
So what I'm going to do is I'll just ask you questions. Stay on the computer there, and just talk into the computer and keep the phone open. And I'll talk to you through the phone, but both people can hear us. I mean, both people.
Okay, sounds good.
It's the only thing I can come up with. Other than that, I'm stymied. I don't know why. I can hear you on my computer and I can see you on my computer. So.
Anyway. Okay. I can only see your face, but.
Weird. Okay. Well, everybody.
Yeah. Well.
I'd like to welcome everybody. I'd like to welcome Bill Piedra to Rotor-Talk. And I'll just give a brief introduction to who Bill Piedra is, as you read in the promo early on. But Bill Piedra wears many different hats. And I'm a little flustered, so bear with me because I'm trying to figure this out. But one of the most important things Bill did was Project Riptide. You might be familiar with this. It's the delivery of life preservers via drone. This is an article that was done right here. Where is it? In the Latin Post, when he was down in Rio de Janeiro. They did some work down there with this project. Again, I'm flustered because I'm so off my game now. Bill was also a cast member on the reality show Droned. If you saw Droned, you saw Bill. Bill was one of the builders, designers, consultants of the program and was on all 10 programs. I tried to grab some video footage tonight off of YouTube, but it's not in syndication yet, so I can't get anything with it yet. But anyway, again, I want to give a heartfelt welcome to Bill Piedra. Bill, welcome to Rotor-Talk, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ed. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Now, I talked to you at length the other day. We did kind of a pre-phone interview. I'm still writing the article for the Rotor-Talk webpage and the FPV America page. But we'll kind of go through what we did on the phone the other day. We won't overkill things, but tell us a little bit about who you are and what got you to where you're at today.
Well, I'm a guy. I started in the software development business, but I've been building radio-controlled aircraft for about 30 years. And now I'm dedicated my efforts in software development as it applies to drones today. Because essentially I see the next generation of drones transforming from, pilotless, piloted multi-rotor devices to pilotless flying robots that are true autonomous machines. And one of my efforts is to help make that sort of thing happen.
Right. Okay, so you started out building and flying RC planes a few years ago, right? And
yeah, about 30 years ago.
I wasn't going to go there, but your main forte as an entrepreneur, you launched a couple software development companies, correct?
That's right. I've had two software companies that I started up from scratch. One of them I grew to a staff of 52 people and eventually was bought out by a much bigger software company. Second one I started a few years later was with a group of students, and once again, we developed a product. We introduced it at the Macworld Expo. raised a little capital to get it off the ground, and then instantly some much bigger company came in, swooped in, and made us an offer we couldn't refuse. So we had to take that. But we had a heck of a lot of fun doing it, and I realized that the thing I love most is not working at a company, but help starting it up. There's something about a startup that just really is in my blood.
That's awesome. That's very honorable too. I mean, and noteworthy. Not one but two companies, especially in that business. That's not the hardest business to do that in. So, or not the easiest business to do that in. I mean, so now with Project Riptide, I want to get back to that. Tell us a little bit how that all evolved and how that and where it's at today.
Well, it started interestingly as a student project. I was working with a good friend of mine who was the head of a computer science and robotics program, working with a bunch of students. And the students in their senior year had a senior project to do. So what we came up with was an idea of how can drones be used for purposes other than photography. And what we came up with was the idea of using a drone to do something like deliver a life preserver. And so we started out on this project. We did a little Kickstarter campaign for it, which was a lot of fun. But before we knew it, we found the media just fell in love with this thing. And so all of a sudden we found ourselves getting invitations onto television programs like Good Morning America and the Today Show and Inside Edition and Fox and Friends. And all we were trying to do is prove the concept that a drone can reach places that human beings can't reach easily and do something useful when it gets there. So in this experiment, we wanted to deliver a life preserver. And we actually used that later on in another television show called Droned, where we did that exact same thing, except in conjunction with the fire department in Fort Lauderdale. So it was a heck of a lot of fun to do. And the real feather in our cap was the people in Brazil got note of it, got wind of the idea right before the Rio elections, or the Rio Olympics. And the Rio Olympics actually demonstrated this idea using life preservers, or using drones to deliver life preservers during the 2016 Rio Olympics. So it was kind of a fun project and kind of an honor to be part of an event that big and be featured in it when it actually ran.
Now that's awesome. And now, where is the project now? I mean, I understand that you not only do software development and write code and all that, but you're also working with Qualcomm.
That's correct.
That's unbelievable. Qualcomm's a huge company. But when we talked the other day, where you said the vision is going is drones as robots. So basically anybody could use them. Could you explain a little bit about how that would integrate, say, for example, in Project Riptide?
Well, once again, the advantage of drones is that they are indeed, they can be transformed into flying robots that require little or no human intervention. I now work for Qualcomm as a Qualcomm developer advocate. My job there is to help other developers of software and people who want to use advanced level flight controllers, steering them to the right direction as developers. To kind of showcase the technology, what we're going to be using next is using Qualcomm's newest flight controller, the Snapdragon Flight, to deliver a life preserver once again, except this time we're going to use machine vision and onboard computing to locate a human being in the water automatically and then have the drone guide itself to that person autonomously, and when it reaches the person, deliver the life preserver. So if you can imagine a robotic life preserver delivery system where the drone itself, using a thermal camera and Qualcomm's Snapdragon flight controller, this drone will deliver the life preserver all by itself. And we're actually beginning trials of that on the water in April, which starts today.
Oh my God! Oh, I didn't get that from you the other day. So this is right. This is today. I mean, this is This is not.
This is happening now. Yes.
I somehow that got by me the other day. I hope you were able to post a lot of video and keep us up to speed on that, because that's just fascinating. I mean, autonomous flying robots. I mean, it's just otherworldly, for sure. Now, you were involved in DJI's Developer Challenge in 2016. You were one of the top 25. Is that correct? Did I get that right?
Yes, that's correct. I submitted an application for an idea I had for, once again, for autonomous flight related to a search and rescue application for DJI. I entered their developer challenge basically using the same idea that I'm going to be using for Qualcomm now. But I submitted that as part of my application, and they accepted me into the developer challenge. And what was kind of cool about that is the developer challenge actually provides you with the hardware to use to participate in the challenge. So they provide us with a Matrice 100 drone, their onboard computing system called Manifold, plus a fancy system called Guidance, which it was actually the product that led to the obstacle avoidance features in drones like Phantom 4 and Mavic.
Right.
Yeah, so I was a participant in that contest. Unfortunately, I didn't win, and at first I felt a little dejected, but then when I realized the people I were competing against were giant universities like Caltech, Yale University, and ETH Zurich, I didn't feel so bad. It was an honor to be selected just to compete with them based on the software proposal that I delivered to them.
Yeah, that's a pretty notable company to rub elbows with, for sure, you know? So, have you done any... I didn't ask you this the other day, and I thought about this afterwards. You've seen the show BattleBots, correct?
Oh, yes.
Yes, and I don't know if you have any had any dealings with them at all or anything, but an associate of mine was asking me to ask you if you thought that they would be coming up with some type of flying, warring, or laser type tag drones or consumer type drones down the road, or if you knew of anything like that. Did you see anything like that coming down the road? I know it's kind of campy, but he asked me to ask you because he's really interested in it. So,
well, not for BattleBots specifically, but I can't see a reason why BattleBots wouldn't be adopting it. What's beginning to happen is drones are evolving from, what you see today into genuine flying robots, and I see tools and the technology that's evolved, the sensor arrays, the software, development that's going in, that could certainly be applied to something like BattleBots. But the bigger picture is what's beginning to happen is robots are becoming autonomous devices, or drones are becoming autonomous devices through using the robotic software that exists today and building on top of that. Like, we focus our attention around using a development. I can't call it a language because it's really not. There's something called robot operating system. I'm not sure you're familiar with that, but it's been adopted and it'll probably be in use by most of the companies that want to develop software that can basically allow drones to do automated tasks in an intelligent way. And so a lot of my attention has been focused around how robot operating system can be integrated into drones, and that's evolving right now. You can do that now with DJI products, with products from 3DR. It's just, we're still in its infancy. So what we're seeing today are the very first inklings of what will probably be, or will probably evolve into a standard.
So there is already a robot operating standard system in place, and all manufacturers are adhering to that now?
Well, I won't say all, but what's quickly happening is manufacturers are adopting to it, because the idea is that robot operating system is sort of drone agnostic. That is, it's designed for teaching and enabling robots to execute tasks autonomously or at an intelligent level. And what's been found is there's an easy hook to attach that operating system to drones. So while the software for drones for DJI may be different, and the software for 3DR drones may be different, they still execute the same general commands and work in the same general environment. So, so if you can imagine, it's not a stretch to adopt something like robot operating system, to be a driver, to say simply, well, we want to send commands to a flight controller, and all we need now is an interpreter that acts as a bridge between robot operating system and the actual control systems for the individually branded drones, DJI versus 3DR versus others. And that, again, is evolving quickly because robot operating system seems to be adopted more and more quickly. In fact, you've seen a Roomba, the little vacuum that you can put in your house. That thing runs robot operating system.
Well, I really hadn't given it much thought, but it just sounds, common sense that they have a robot operating system, but I didn't even know it existed, but it's just fast. It just blows my mind, just as a regular RC pilot who has an affinity for this stuff. It's just amazing where it's going. So you've definitely got your plate full. Let's see. Okay. Bill from Montpelier, Vermont. I have some questions for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Bill from Montpelier, Vermont wants to know, what do you fly for fun? What do guys like you fly for fun?
Well, let's see. I got a couple. I love to also scratch build drones. And some of the ones I have the most fun with are the ones that I built from scratch. I fly a Matrice 100 a lot for fun. That's probably my go-to device if I want to tinker around with something. I actually have a couple of Phantoms that in various states of repair. But I'd say the Matrice 100, the Phantom, and then the ones I play with the most are the ones that I built myself. And there's nothing more satisfying to me to, assemble the parts, create the design, and then execute it. And then to actually watch something that you created from the ground up fly is just incredibly exciting to me and incredibly interesting.
That's awesome. That really is. There's no other way to go but to build. Everybody says it. So if you're on the fence out there about doing a build, if I can do it, you can do it. Paul Rymel, he's out there in Virginia. He wants to know, what applications can you foresee autonomous drones for? What else besides search and rescue and delivering life preservers? What else do you see out there for applications?
In the long term, I see drones, just like any other robotics, taking over the applications that they describe as dull, dirty, and dangerous. One that always comes to mind is doing things like washing windows. There'll be a day, and it's not too far in the future, where a drone can wash a window as easily as a human being, but with absolutely no risk to the human being. And think of other somewhat dangerous jobs. The inspection of things like wind turbine towers, cell phone towers, bridges, all those kinds of things require inspection, and they require inspection on a frequent basis, but we don't have to risk human life to do those inspections, which is what we're doing now. And when you think about the way a bridge gets inspected today, is some engineer is climbing underneath that thing with a camera and a bunch of tools to execute an inspection that can be not just done as easily by drone, but could probably be done more accurately and net a more actionable result, a result that could be more used by the engineers that would be reading the net product. So that's where I see us going. And the idea is to simply, use drones. Drones have a place today, but they're ultimately going to have a place to take over some kinds of jobs, especially those that are the most hazardous. Again, inspecting a cell phone tower they have to do it every 3 to 6 months. and somebody's got to climb up that pole to do the inspection, while a drone can deliver an inspection that's not only as good as what the person climbing up the tower does, probably do a better inspection at a lower price with absolutely no risk to human life.
Yeah. It's the convenience factor, and like you say, with the dirty, dangerous jobs. And I can just imagine a swarm of robots, flying robots around a skyscraper washing windows. You know, it's just...
Yeah, I guarantee it's coming. I don't know what day.
Right.
We'll have to...
We talked about this briefly the other day. Richie from San Francisco wants to know, when do you think we're going to see drone highways in the sky?
Well, that's a good question, and I think that we are going to see drone highways in the sky. The barrier there is government regulation and gathering the consensus. What's the best practice for having a drone highway in the sky? I mean, there is a piece of airspace above us, you know, that starts about 50 to 100 feet above us and goes up to 1,000 feet above us or 500 feet above us. That's completely blank. It's completely empty. And there's no reason that we couldn't take advantage of it, but everybody's got to be on the same page. A standard needs to be established. A best practice needs to be established. And those things are simply going to take time. But when the practice is established, again, it's another safe highway where drones can go about their business without interfering in any other aspect of aviation at all. There is a home for them, and I think their home is right in that space.
Yeah, and I don't know if we'll see it in my lifetime. I'm a 50-year-old, so but first is going to be commercial rollout, like Domino's and CVS delivering your drugs, and your local grocery store delivering your I think everybody's going to have a helipad on their roof or out in their lawn or whatever, and stuff's going to be delivered to you automatically, you know, just like a pizza or whatever you want. So.
No, absolutely. I think delivery is another place. Once the standards come, it will be here. It has to be.
Yeah, I personally think that down the road, people are going to have their own drones about the size of a lawnmower. It's going to be like a Roomba. It's going to fly autonomously. You'll be able to chart a flight path to Walgreens, to Pathmark. It'll go around, pick up whatever you want within a weight limit, and bring it back to your house and land on your helipad. And you go out and get it. I strongly see that coming down the road. Not, like I said, not in our lifetimes, but it's coming.
It's even...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's the natural evolution.
Absolutely. Once DARPA gets the whole planetary grid thing worked out, I don't know how well the United States is cooperating with that. I know that they're planning some type of grid for that type of thing, for drone commerce. So we'll see how that all works out. Do you know anything about that at all?
Well, I'm not familiar, and there's so many things going on simultaneously that I can't keep up with them all. But I see that as, again, a definite evolution. I know I've heard mentions from the FAA, et cetera, and I think that's the plans are not too far off in the future. The actual delivery, the actual product, it will be coming, and when we see it, we can almost be sure that it's going to be well thought through, and it'll be something that works and that can be executed easily and executed in a way that's going to benefit everyone.
Yeah, a viewer commented, use existing roads to define the flight routes. I think that, I don't know how well that would work, though, if you'd want drones flying over existing roads. I don't know. People would freak out about that, probably.
Or next to existing roads. It doesn't have to be right on the road, as long as it's in a way that it's going to, it's going to benefit everybody without having a disruption to what we're already using.
Well, I think commercial people would want the shortest distance point A to B one day.
Absolutely.
So I don't know how existing roads would work out, because existing roads don't always go the shortest route.
Oh, that's what I would think. A drone taking off, say, off the back of a delivery truck, they're not going to follow roads at all. They're going to follow the shortest path from A to B.
Exactly. I think that's it. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody else? No. We've got some good feedback. A lot of people are very interested in what you've talked about tonight, Bill. We're talking with Bill Piedra. Bill is a guru, UAV, computer, builder, designer, entrepreneur, TV show star. Are you going to be on the next season of Drone? Do you know?
Yes, I know they're working on the next season now. They haven't added any kind of air date yet. But, I'm not in the television business. I'm just a cast member on the show. But I know they got some approvals they have the green light for, and other approvals they're waiting on the green light for, and working feverishly to get that.
Hey, it looks great on the resume.
Yeah, it looks good on a resume. And I should also point out, I think you have my email address, but if you'd like to pass it out to your listeners, it's billrockus@gmail.com. Anyone interested in contacting me, feel free to.
Oh, yeah, I'll post it on the Rotor-Talk Facebook page, and I'll get it out there in case anybody's got any questions. And I'll also edit this interview, and I'll be posting it within the next 24 to 48 hours and make it available to you as well.
Okay, sounds fantastic.
You'll be able to share it around. And again, I apologize for the technical difficulties tonight. I don't know what's going on. I got to figure it out. But I thank you, Bill, for joining us tonight live on Rotor-Talk. I know it's a late hour, and it's a lot to ask of people to join us live, but our audience really loves it. That way they can ask the questions rather than just watching a podcast. So, Bill, really, thank you for appearing tonight. Good luck in all your endeavors. We're going to be watching you very closely, and I invite you right now back on Rotor-Talk at a later date.
Anytime, and thank you for inviting me on the show. I really enjoyed it. You guys have a great night.
Thanks again, and have a good night, sir.
Okay, have a good night. Drone on.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Bye now. All right, folks. That was... Let me get back on camera here. First, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties. I don't know what the hell is going on. I got to figure it out, and excuse me for swearing, but that was Bill Piedra. Wonderful interviews, extremely smart man, well connected, a good guy to know. Very, very willing to help if you got any questions or anything. He gave his email address out. I'll be posting that on the Rotor-Talk Facebook page as well. Let's see what else we got going on here. I want to make sure I get everything in. Just let's see. Yeah, I've hit all the nails on the head tonight. Show's gonna run a little short, but I appreciate you all for watching tonight. Next week, got a big week coming in. We got our RC jet pilot coming in. He was supposed to be on last week, but he couldn't make it. But he'll be on next week. He's a Horizon Hobby team pilot, Asa Stevens. So he'll be here next week, and we'll be talking RC jets. Very exciting. Wait till you see some of the stuff this guy's flying. So join us next week, Saturday night, our new time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live here on Rotor-Talk. Thanks for watching. Over and out.